You know, since we're deep in the offseason, I thought it'd be fun to take some videos and look at some of my favorite moments from past years in the NHL. And I wanted to talk today about why, for a bit, I had beef with Joe Thornton. So we need to go all the way back to the end of October 2011. The San Jose Sharks are about to play the New York Rangers with the hopes of closing out a 6-game road streak perfect. The Rangers, however, would surprise the Sharks, winning 5-2, which would lead to a pretty spicy post-game statement by Joe Thornton.
I think they're probably, the softest team we played against, in this road trip, and, we should have had these 2 points.
Now, 2011, that was back in the John Torella days. He was asked about it that night, didn't give much of an answer. However, next day at practice, he'd get a little more spicy.
Joe's a heck of a player, but here's a player popping off about our team, and Joe hasn't won a thing in this league. He could go down as a player, being one of the better players in our league, never to win anything. So what he should do is just shut up, because it was uncalled for, it was classless, and I've never had it happen like that before.
So yeah, Torella didn't like that, and I mean, especially in this era, calling someone soft, or calling an entire team soft really, is a pretty big insult, especially given how Torella likes his players to play. And also, to be fair, the Rangers of that year were not soft. He might have meant soft skill-wise. The Rangers were a very talented team that year, but they were certainly physical as well. That was, the Brandon Prust, Brandon Dubinsky, Brian Boyle, Mike Rupp, and of course, Captain Ryan Callahan and stalwart defenseman Ryan McDonough. It was a gritty team. The Rangers would end that year as the first seed in the East. They'd make it to the conference finals where they'd lose to the Devils. The Sharks would also get into the playoffs as a 7th seed in the East, but would go out against St. Louis. As for Torts' prediction, well, unfortunately, he was right. I got over my one-sided rivalry with Thornton very quickly. I love him as a player, and I like the trash talk, even as a Rangers fan. But you know what? He was right. Joe Thornton is 14th all-time in NHL history, never did win that Stanley Cup. He's behind only Marcel Dion in terms of total points, but man, I miss him in the league. Anyway, you know who else never won? That New York Rangers core, even with one of the best goaltenders in NHL history. Anyway, is there a favorite NHL moment from the past you'd like to see me cover? Let me know your thoughts down below.